Chapter 1. The Secret World of Dark Psychology. Imagine this. You meet someone who seems perfect. They understand you, compliment you, and make you feel special. Within days, you trust them more than people you've known for years. Then, almost without noticing, your confidence begins to disappear. You start doubting your own memories, apologizing for things you never did, and changing your behavior just to avoid conflict. One day, you ask yourself a terrifying question. How did I lose control of my own mind? The answer is often invisible. It doesn't happen with threats. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens through subtle psychological influence, small actions repeated over time until they quietly reshape the way you think, feel, and behave. This hidden world is often called dark psychology. It is not magic. It is not mind control in the science fiction sense. Instead, it is the study of how psychological principles can be used unethically to influence, manipulate, or exploit others. The good news? Once you understand these methods, they become much easier to recognize and much harder to fall for. Today, we begin that journey. Introduction. Welcome to the secret world of dark psychology. In this audiobook, our goal is not to teach manipulation. It is to build awareness, critical thinking, and emotional resilience. You'll discover why some people seem unusually persuasive, why intelligent individuals can still be manipulated, and how your own brain sometimes works against you. By the end of this chapter, you'll understand what dark psychology really is, why it exists, and how knowledge becomes your greatest defense. Let's begin. Section 1. What is dark psychology? At its core, dark psychology refers to the unethical use of psychological principles to influence another person's thoughts, emotions, or decisions for personal gain. Notice one important word: unethical. Psychology itself is simply the scientific study of human behavior. Therapists, teachers, coaches, and doctors all use psychological knowledge to help people. Dark psychology begins when that same knowledge is used to deceive, control, intimidate, or exploit. Imagine a knife. A surgeon uses it to save lives. A criminal uses it to harm. The tool is the same. The intention is completely different. The same principle applies to psychology. Section 2. Why are humans so easy to influence? If humans are intelligent, why do manipulation techniques work at all? The answer lies inside the brain. Our minds process enormous amounts of information every second. To save energy, the brain relies on shortcuts called mental heuristics. These shortcuts help us make quick decisions, but they can also create blind spots. For example, people naturally trust confidence. We often assume that someone who speaks with certainty must know what they're talking about, even when they're completely wrong. We also prefer familiar faces, attractive people, and individuals who appear similar to us. These tendencies are not flaws. They are normal parts of human psychology. Manipulative individuals simply learn how to exploit them. Understanding these tendencies doesn't make you suspicious of everyone. It makes you more thoughtful about how decisions are formed. Section 3. A story. Hidden in plain sight. Let's consider a simple story. A young employee joins a successful company. His manager is charismatic, supportive, and encouraging. During the first few weeks, the manager praises every achievement. Then, slowly, the tone changes. Small mistakes receive harsh criticism. Compliments become rare. The employee begins working longer hours, hoping to regain the manager's approval. Months later, he feels exhausted, anxious, and strangely guilty, despite performing well. Nothing dramatic happened, no shouting, no threats. Just carefully timed praise and criticism that gradually influenced his emotions. Eventually, he realized the problem wasn't his ability. It was the environment shaping his confidence. This illustrates an important truth. Manipulation often works through gradual emotional conditioning rather than obvious force. Section 4. Common misunderstandings. Many people imagine dark psychology as something only criminals or fictional villains use. Reality is more complicated. Some manipulative behaviors appear in workplaces, friendships, relationships, online communities, advertising, and even everyday conversations. That doesn't mean everyone who persuades you is manipulating you. Persuasion becomes unhealthy when honesty disappears, personal boundaries are ignored, or another person's well-being is sacrificed for someone's own benefit. Intent matters. Transparency matters. Respect matters. Without these, influence can become manipulation.
Section 5. Warning signs. Although every situation is different, certain patterns deserve attention. Be cautious if someone consistently makes you question your own memories without good evidence, pushes you to make quick decisions without time to think, uses excessive praise followed by unexpected criticism, tries to isolate you from trusted friends or family, makes you feel guilty for setting healthy boundaries, refuses accountability and always blames others. One warning sign alone proves very little, but repeated patterns should encourage careful observation. Trust should grow through consistent actions, not emotional pressure. Section 6. Protecting yourself. Fortunately, awareness is one of the strongest forms of protection. Start by slowing down important decisions. Manipulation often depends on urgency. Ask yourself, what evidence supports this? Am I choosing freely or reacting emotionally? Seek opinions from trusted people outside the situation. Keep written records during important conversations, if appropriate. Most importantly, remember that confidence grows from facts, not from someone else's approval. Critical thinking is your greatest psychological shield. Practical observation. Exercise for the next 3 days. Become a silent observer. Notice conversations around you. Ask yourself, who is asking questions? Who is speaking most confidently? Who changes their opinion after emotional pressure? Who listens carefully before responding? Do not judge anyone. Simply observe. You'll quickly realize that influence is happening everywhere, not only in dramatic situations, but in ordinary daily interactions. Awareness begins with observation. Chapter Summary. Today, we've uncovered the foundation of dark psychology. We learned that dark psychology is not supernatural mind control, but the unethical use of psychological knowledge to influence others. We explored why the human brain relies on mental shortcuts, making influence possible. We saw how manipulation often develops slowly rather than suddenly. We identified common warning signs and practical ways to protect ourselves through critical thinking, healthy boundaries, and careful observation. Knowledge doesn't make you fearful. It makes you aware. And awareness gives you choices. Teaser. In the next chapter, we'll enter one of the most misunderstood areas of human behavior. Why do some people seem completely lacking in empathy? How can certain individuals appear charming, intelligent, and trustworthy while secretly exploiting everyone around them? We'll explore the hidden psychology behind manipulative personality traits, the masks people wear, and the subtle clues that often reveal what words try to hide. The deeper we go, the clearer the invisible world becomes.